As I've gotten older, I realize that I am, for better or for worse, a lazy person. I can't be bothered. It's not that I don't get anything done, of course I do, because I also happen to be easily impressed and easily entertained. I find lots of things fun and I do them, like housework, like grocery shopping. That being said, laziness. There's videos about how being lazy translates into the way that I consume fashion. Disclaimer, you don't think like me and that's okay. Maybe you're not even lazy, you just wanted to see what it's like to be lazy. My thought process is different to yours. If you want to follow along, you have to make adjustments. You might switch the steps around. You probably have different goals. You have to adjust those things in your own head. So step 1 is practicality. It's the most important step for me. I don't want to think about my clothes after I put it on. I don't want to adjust it. I don't want to shuffle in tiny steps. I don't want to redo straps every time I move my arms too high up. I don't want to pull down a short skirt or unwedgie myself. I don't want to get sweaty. That's my New Year resolution actually, to get rid of most if not all of my polyester stuff. I find myself reaching for pieces that I don't have to think about when I'm wearing them. This extends to what actions I can do and what places I can be in. No stilettos because I can't run in them. I want to at least be able to briskly walk. I want to catch that train or get out the rain or just hurry up. Blocky heels are fine. Also, no asymmetrical straps or funny cutouts. If I spend 5 minutes out in the summer, I'll have that tan for the next 6 months. Sure, I can wear that stuff at night, but more versatile the better. Once again, you're not me. You're going to have different needs. Maybe you don't tan. Maybe you run everywhere and only wear sneakers. But this part is about the physics and user-friendliness of the clothes. Step 2 is less important to me, but I still consider it when it comes to most things. Bridging the gap to intent, which is a fancy way of saying that I want to look like something. There are 2 parts to this one. One is shape and the other is color. Maybe you're short and you want to dress to look taller, maybe vice versa. Maybe you get a bit red and you don't want to look so red. Now, I firmly believe that if you have the confidence to pull something off, then you can wear it. Think of where you are as the bottom layer of a big old cake, and your intent is the top layer. If you have all the confidence in the world, you can put on the weirdest fit and go out. Those middle layers are pure confidence. If you maybe need a little help, then we need to work on actually filling the middle layers with stuff and follow the intent. Let's use me as an example. I'm lucky enough to not have any issues with how I look enough to want to hide it. I'm lazy. Therefore, I have no intent. I want to look like me. I want to look as tall as myself. My waist size the size it visually is. My shoulders no wider or narrower than they are. My skin no more or less green than it is, etc. I also don't have any goal to look more or less professional, or girly, or put together, or laid back. So my cake is one layer, to look exactly how I should. I'm not very shapely. I have a waist and broad shoulders. I'm like 2 trapeziums stacked on top of each other, narrow ends in the middle. So, high waist bottoms where the trapeziums meet. No drop shoulder top so that the shoulder seam sits on the shoulder where it's supposed to sit. No off the shoulder tops because that straight line makes my shoulders look wider than they are. Spaghetti straps are fine as long as the V-collar, I'm happy to compromise. No crop pants. No super saturated colors because they make me look grayer than I am. Some colors are okay that make me look as gray as I am, and I'm fine with that. Let's say we have this abstract sculpture instead of a person, and you want to make it look shorter than it is and make it businessy. Maybe you put a sort of oversized blazer on it, maybe crop pants or pants, maybe loafers. Maybe you want to make it look fuller and laid back and give it a floaty, lacy empire waist dress. It's a sculpture, they can't be confident, so in lieu of that, we dress it with intention. Step 3 is basically copying homework. Now, if you look like Marilyn Monroe, and everyone agrees that she's pretty and dressed well, and you were lazy, what would you do? Maybe you dress like Marilyn Monroe. If it worked out for her, it should be fine for you, right? You might have heard of the phrase iPad face. It means you don't look like you know what an iPad is. Or smartphone or email, doesn't matter. For better or for worse, times and places in our heads have a kind of a face or maybe body association with them, and for lazy or me, this is perfect. I just need to find people who kind of look like me and dress the way they do. This is Hong Kong in the late 80s, early 90s. They were British, they had their own pop culture going on separately from the mainland, and a different set of beauty standards. Mainland always has this colorism thing going on, which I don't fit. They like skinny faces and pointy chins and tiny lips, which I don't have. I have a plain sort of face. Not so delicate. I have southern genetics, which makes this look achievable. Also, the economy was great. Entertainment was peak. Lots of reference pictures, which is good. If you look like you're from the 1700s, I guess you could reference paintings. Of course, you don't have to copy all of it, but maybe some. Maybe just a couple of pieces of clothing for when you feel like it. I don't strictly follow this one, but when I do, I think I look pretty good in it. Big hair, denim, defined eyebrows, all that jazz. So this step is an optional bonus. I only think about it sometimes. Let's now apply to some examples. What about trends, I hear you say? If you're lazy, you wouldn't follow them, right? Well, like I said, I'm easily entertained. I still like knowing about the trends, but very often I don't end up buying into them. Sometimes I do. So here's the strawberry dress. It was trendy. Let's put it through the steps. Is it practical? It's made out of tulle. It's a light color. You have to hand wash it. I sit on things. I spill food on myself. This would be a pain. I wouldn't wear it. For the sake of this example, let's do the second step. Does it fit my intent? Or does it make me look less like me? I think so. I don't have delicate girly bones. If I wear a dress like this, it makes me look like a man because the dress itself is so girly in contrast with my bone structure. Nothing wrong with looking like a man, but I usually don't look like a man, and it's not my intent. It's also like pink, which made me look very green and grey, like a zombie from Plants vs. Zombies, because I am green and grey and this wouldn't help. Lastly, has anyone who looks like me look good wearing it? Probably, but I haven't seen them. Not applicable. I didn't pick this example because I saw someone like me wear it. I picked it in spite of that. Here's another example. The House of CB swirly dress. It was also trendy. Let's do the same. Is it practical? It's polyester. It's funny cutouts. It's short. It looks like one of those dresses where the bottom cut part keeps moving up your tummy because you're walking, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it's already on my bad side. Let's keep going. Does it fit my intent? This one's pretty okay. I wouldn't think it does anything bad for me, nor anything good. It's bodycon. It doesn't cut me at the right or wrong places. It's not a color that's against me. Is this homework I can copy? Probably. Everyone and their grandma apparently has a version of this dress. So, I don't have the strawberry dress. I don't have the swirly dress. What do I have? T-shirts, singlets, high-waisted jeans, flow-along skirts, comfy dresses, flat shoes, low-heeled boots. Some are staple, some might be trendy, some might be out of fashion. Black, grey, some white, but mostly not, because I will dirty it. Dark blue or green, some beige, not too structured, not too ethereal. I also have things that kind of break the second rule because they're fun. Pink or red pants, bright green bag, cool shirt. It's not the end of the world to wear something unflattering and makes you happy. Let me know if you've taken anything away from this video. I'm probably going to go donate more polyester stuff now. Bye.